loves him, and when he leaves, everyone hates him. Because he comes on, as he comes in to drag us off stage at the end, apparently he gets a complex about it. So, thank you, Bill. Morning.
Morning.
I think they lowered the sofa. You guys make this vodka here. It's called Level Below. Yeah, I forgot to read it. I didn't forget to drink it, though. It's like, Baz, try this. What, that shocks you? It's like, yesterday someone said, so do you let Baz watch TV? I was like, yeah, it's great. You just sit him in front of it, let him go. Days at a time. He knows all the Elmo songs by heart now. As do I, unfortunately. I actually had an Elmo dream the other night. Anyway, sorry, do you have any questions, or how do we do this? I see a lot of little recording lights, but that's not that I'm getting nervous. I'm just watching the microphone go. Is it going to stop?
Nobody knows.
I heard you had some uneasy experiences at some other conventions. I hope that hasn't put you off this one. But
You hope what?
I hope it hasn't put you off enjoying this one.
No, I keep coming, don't I?
Good. I heard last year that Chris Judge is afraid of polar bears. So what scares you?
What scares me? That's a good question. Sharks. I was like, Jane, we're not going near the water. Ever. Lemon. That's McCabe. I was like, are you really allergic to lemons? Yeah, so I wrote it into the script. Here's a list of my allergies. If you could please include this in the script for the next 5 years. Actually, the shark thing is actually quite funny because I literally, as a kid, used to be scared to swim in swimming pools because of Jaws. Somehow he was going to make his way through the filter system, come out through one of those heating jets. So yeah, that would be my biggest fear. I think is more. It was probably there was a great line from I can't remember the book. I'm sure someone here probably knows it. But where there was the guy comes out on watch on one of these big old scooters, and it's sitting there on this beautiful sort of glass-like water, and the guy we're fleeing. Actually, if smoke follows them, no, to continue that way. This, the young sailor comes up on deck and says, "Oh, what a gorgeous night! Isn't it fantastic?" The old guy says, "Yeah, but think about all the gliding monsters under the surface." And that's me with water. So yeah, I'm gonna go hide in a bathtub now. Yes, who's next?
All right. I was wondering, what are the chances?
Has he got a louder mic? You guys got the extra mic.
I was wondering, what are the chances of seeing an epic space battle in the Atlantis movie?
That's a good question. I'm going to be stuck in I'd be stuck in the ZPM room, anyway. So they could be, all those, everyone's like, oh, it's fantastic. I was like, there's going to be spaceships blowing up. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be screaming in a small room, with a couple of USB cables. That's one of talking to the props guys. They're like, okay, so we've got a couple of cables for you. I'm like, come on, it's a USB cable. It lights up. Yeah, I know it lights up. It's a USB cable. People can do that on their computers. No, when you plug it in, look at it, it lights up. Well, the Wraith couldn't go wireless? I'm carrying around this, life signs detector, which is larger now than, it's like carrying a PlayStation around with you. Joe's phone can do more. I kept saying, wow, we could just have an iPhone. It's like the movie we just saw. The cell phones are smaller than half the equipment that I have to carry around. But it lights up. I kept dropping them. Oh, sorry. Let's go wireless.
I just wanted to ask you about Dog's Breakfast. I saw that not too long ago. When I heard that you filmed it, I went and sort of tried to watch it as soon as possible, which took a while. But can you tell us a bit about sort of how you came up with the concept, what you sort of put into it? Because I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
and it surprised me as well.
Oh, good. Surprises are good, right? It surprised me how bad it was. Not how I'm sorry. I just keep digging holes, like, oh God, what have I said? It was like a labor of love for us. I really wanted to make, we had a window of about 4 months between seasons. It's longer now. I keep saying, like, well, so I can't show up for food anymore, right? I keep calling John Lennon, one of our producers. You guys still get food? No one comes by with sandwiches anymore. So we had this 4-month break between seasons, and I really wanted to get a chance to get behind the camera and play with the whole sort of independent film thing, because it's something that I've always loved doing. And it's how I got into it. I mean, when I was 14 or so, I was making little cine films with my friends in high school. And when it becomes a job, it changes. It very much changes the way you approach stuff, and you sort of forget how much you love the actual process of making films. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people who don't do it through theater. I did theater, but only because I had to. Film was always the thing that I loved the most. I just loved the way you could sort of just go in there, you do it once, you give everything you possibly have, and you hope to God that they catch the camera, otherwise you have to do it again. But, so it was always the thing I loved doing. So basically we put together some money, we somehow dragged all of our friends and crews into making this film. And the story itself, I wrote like about 3 scripts I was going to do like an edgy, murder mystery, and I had this like, really violent 2-man against the wilderness and, wolves and all sorts of stuff. And, everything trying to keep a very small budget. And then we literally just did a list of the things that we had available to us. Paul McGillian, cheap, available. Very available. Always available. Often in a bedroom downstairs. Paul, you can leave now. My sister, Kate, we have a dog who basically works for food. Actually, all 3 of them work for food, basically. And the house. So basically, we wrote a script around what we had, and it's kind of fun because it's almost like it's an interesting writing exercise because it's sometimes when there's no limits to what you can do, it's impossible to do anything. You become paralyzed by all the options. But when you are very restricted in who you're going to have in the script and the location you're going to do it, the story comes together like that. So, and then of course, when we were originally going to do it in my house, but my house is in the States and all of our friends were Canadian, and my fear was that our boom guy was going to get stopped at the border, for carrying God knows what in with him. So basically, we thought we better get a place in Vancouver, and we found this little house, rented that. So I had to literally rewrite the week before we shot. Rewrote the entire initial death sequence, quote unquote, to work with the new house. So I think that answers your question.